A.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 18th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Les Show. All the U.S. indices in the green, the Dow up 28, the S&P 4, NASDAQ 139, Russell 12. Semis are up 15. Spot Volatilix is down 63 pennies, trading out at 22.08. Gold's off $11. Silver down 20 cents. Light sweet crude is up 68. The big winner. Chicken dinner to the upside dollar-wise. It's Tesla up $41, trading out at 482. Kodiak Sciences up 26. Chipotle up 20, Booking Holdings up 19. To the downside, Thermo Fisher's off 16, about 3%. The trade desk 12, 1.5%. Lowe's is off 6% or $9, nearly $10. Intuitive Surgical down 10 as well. That's about a little over 1% for it. So let's begin by taking a look at the indices. We'll knock out one of our questions here, from Dennis. George. Oh, sorry, Dennis. Dennis has got, I never reveal last names until I screw up, something like that. But anyway, Dennis G. Hey, Steve, weather is great in Boca. It's cold, isn't it? I'm thinking if I go out tonight, I've got to put on a leather jacket. It's going to like be in the 70s, freezing down here in South Florida. Actually, the weather's pretty cool. But Dennis's question was about the weather. Yeah, exactly. No, his question is, what are the charts communicating to us about the QQQ for the next month or so? So great question out here. And as we take a look at the NASDAQ we're going to go ahead and where's my cursor out here? We can't do it until I find my cursor. There we go. Okay. So now as we take a look at the NASDAQ, let's do it this way here. So you're asking about the Qs, but I'm going to focus in on the equity futures contracts. And the reason is because they're the ones that are generating the most important message to answer your question, Dennis. And that is this four-pronged approach that we have here, which are taking a look at the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly task market profiles for the NQ. So the pattern here that should stick out to you, Dennis, it's drawn inside the NQ is a consolidation. Not until that consolidation gets broken will we have any idea what its intentions are. Right now, the NQ, and you're looking at the very left-hand panel of our screen out here, it has a bullish structured profile. Price has been trading above the center of that bullish structured profile for 4 or 5 days now. Typically, when price is above the top of a bullish structured profile, I take that back. When price is above the center of a bullish structured profile, buyers typically have the energy to push price all the way up to the top. So the price target should be the 12,262 level. I'd say I'd be watching 12,262 up to about 12,408. A close above 12,408, well, then the NQ would say, hey, we've got a potential for a breakout going on. What price will need to clear, though, before we can get a consolidation measured move breakout is 12,452. And 12,452 is the top of its monthly profile. So if you're asking me right now, which you are, what are the charts communicating to us about the Qs is that they want to head higher. What time frame? I don't know. But when price gets up to that 12,452 mark, that's where we should learn a lot. It may just turn down from there. The consolidation may continue. Maybe it's a breakout. Again, I don't know. Just we do know where the resistance areas are. So that's now what could stop the NQ from doing that? Well, we just simply flip back here. Where's back here to this 4-panel chart, and let me just simply, because I've already got the trend line drawn in on the Qs out there, and you can see that little descending trend line, which price has not been able to take out. So Dennis, if you can get a chart for the NQ and you can draw that trend line in there, and today the trend line is at approximately 12. Let's just call it 12,100. It's really not 12,100. It's about 12,060. And if price can clear that level, close above that level, well, then that would be your signal that price wants to run higher. Until then, here's your next resistance level that it's fighting out there. And that is really the answer for the NQs out there. So they're in a consolidation, trading inside that consolidation into a bullish structured profile. And if price can clear that descending trend line, that would be the signal that it should be able to make its way all the way up to the top. Boston Dan is short the NQ. And so, Dan, you'd really be looking at the same kind of things. You would be looking at that descending trend line in the NQ, and you would be looking for, hoping that that level holds. Now, when I take a look at a very short-term time frame chart for the NQ, for me, that short-term time frame chart for the show would be the 30-minute time frame. What the NQ did earlier this morning was it generated a nice bottom signal, nice bottom pattern, and it was our TD9 count. It was bar number 8. This was at the 10:30 hour that bar formed. It was confirmed on that following bar. Prices above Stevie's green line. You see how that red line turns to green, Dan? This is suggesting to you and we can all see that price got up to a resistance level. It's TD9 breakdown area at the 12,009. So price is below that resistance. We should see price and the oscillator unchanged line catch up to each other. Right now, that's printed at about 11,986, somewhere in that range. A test and rejection of the oscillator unchanged line, because it's green, would be a bullish signal. So on a short-term basis, because we know that price is up at resistance, 12,009, that's on a short-term basis, a 30-minute time frame. That is, you're short at 12,008, so that's perfect. You got 12,009. If you see two closes on a 30-minute basis, two consecutive closes, I should say, above 12,009, that's communicating to you and I that price is going to run higher. Now, run higher into that descending trend line that we looked at on the daily time frame, then above that, well, then it runs all the way back to its prior highs. Got a valid bottoming signal out here. Price runs up to resistance again on the short-term time frame. Now price is backing off. The oscillator and change line changes color. It says over the coming sessions. We don't know if that's a half hour or if that's 4 hours. And it doesn't have to be 4 hours. It could be 4.5 or 5. But over the coming sessions, we should see price and that line catch up to each other. And that's where that's one place where you would receive a message about what the intent of the NQ is. So we kind of nailed two things down there, which I like. We had Dennis G., who wanted kind of the big picture, and then because Boston Dan typed in something about being short, we went to the short-term time frame charts for the NQ. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So the charts that are up on the screen right now, annual charts for the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell 2000. Always good to understand where we're at for the year and what we can see in each of these indices. We're trading above the 2019 high. Heck, inside the Russell 2000, we're trading above the 2018 high. That's when it had made its all-time high. Obviously, it now has a new all-time high out here. Now, the interesting pattern about the Dow and the Russell 2000 and the S&P 500 is that on a yearly basis, each of them have the potential at this stage here to be key reversal bars. Key reversal bars would be like a Japanese bearish reversal candle that would confirm or could confirm a topping pattern based upon the signals that are present out there. But if that doesn't happen, because I don't know that it will, but if that doesn't happen, then we don't have key reversals, and instead what we have is another bullish message inside the market. So trading above the 2019 high in 2020 is a bullish message. In 2020, trading above whatever that high is into 2021 would be a bullish message. Obviously, the opposite would be true if you're trading below the lows of the year out here. So when we take a look at this chart, we covered the Dow for the most part. We did the Dow during the breakout there. So why don't I just go through that real quickly, and then we're going to go over and take a look at, for Jim, we'll take a look at the Russell 2000. Jim is managing an account for his son and is looking, for much a longer term outlook, and is considering adding into the Russell 2000. So we'll go take a look at that. But first, when I did the 1 o'clock, update at the top of the 1 o'clock hour out there, what I focused on was the Dow, and I really think that we'll get a clear signal by watching the Dow, Jim, and everybody else that is out there. So, and the reason is what we're looking for, what we're trying to understand. So we've seen the Dow outperform over the last week. Over the last week. Maybe it's been 8-10 trading sessions out here. And so when you do start seeing the Dow become the leader out there, it can be, not guaranteed, but it can be a signal of large capital fleeing elsewhere into the Dow. Now, when that happens, that's really the signal that we're looking at this stage here. While the world is just crazy all over the place, right? For all the reasons that we know about, what we're really trying to understand here is there any place that the global flow of capital has confidence? So we're seeing tricklings into the Dow. Now, here's the cool thing about the Dow, or one of the cool things about the Dow. Several patterns inside it. One, 2 days ago, was a TD9 count top. That's a beautiful thing. It happened on the bar following bar number 1. On our chart that we're looking at, it's labeled as bar number 1. Bar following bar number 9. Made the high out there. Labeled with the wave number C in the Chapman Wave. Basil's got a workshop coming up tomorrow. I would encourage each of you to consider attending that live workshop. But back to the chart here inside the Dow, because it's got a valid topping signal. If sellers are going to be able to push price lower, they should be able to push price lower back to support. And support would be the oscillator and change line, 29,207. Hey, maybe the global flow of capital says we're going ahead and we're hunkering down inside the U.S., in which case we would see price close above the bar labeled number C, the bar labeled number 1, the bar from 2 days ago, the bar that is priced at that high is priced at 29,964.29. That would be the level that we'll be watching inside the Dow. Now, the cool thing about that is if we get that breakout message, well, if we get that message, would be giving us a signal of a strong momentum move to the upside. That then correlates to the consolidation patterns. Here is the Dow Cash Index. We were just looking at that's the equity future contract. Here is the Dow Cash Index. That is the lower left, and a consolidation measured move breakout gives us a price target in the 32,000 area. The S&P 500 also is suggesting a consolidation breakout. Now, the confirmation for it would be a close above last Monday's session. The S&P has not done that yet out here. The Russell 2000, back to Jim's question, we can see on a shorter term basis, a daily time frame chart, you can see an A to B equals CD pattern. It is at the 1.272 level at 1805. Short of a bearish reversal candle forming, price should target 1881. So from a long-term standpoint, should Jim go ahead and start putting money into the Russell 2000 right now? Should he do that? It's a question I would pose to you. I just posed it to you, and I've got to try to listen really intently to be able to hear what you're saying. So somebody just said, Steve, based on what you just laid out here, I think what I would do is I would suggest to Jim that before he takes a momentum trade, because this would clearly be a momentum trade right now inside the Russell 2000, why don't we let the Dow be the indice that proves itself to us? And if the Dow can close above the high from a couple days ago, that would be a signal and say, even though all these markets trade differently, we'd really like to see the wind at the back inside the Dow. Now, with regard to where we're at in this cycle, this is November the 17th, 18th, somewhere right around there. Heck, a week from tomorrow is Thanksgiving. It's the 18th today, all day. Amazing, huh? And so we're in the favorable seasonal cycle, and markets should rise into the first week of January, approximately the first week of January out there. So I'm going to suggest that you would be patient at this stage here and let the Dow be the index that proves itself to us. Now, if the Dow transports, Dow theory folks out there, if the Dow transports are the ones that are going to really give us a signal, then go ahead and invest in it right now. Not that, the transports, you were looking at the Russell 2000. If we were looking for the transports to be the one to give us the signal, then the signal is prices are moving higher. This negated its TD9 count in one day. That was yesterday. So the TD9 count forms, today's Wednesday, it forms on Monday. Yesterday, price closes right above that high. Strong momentum move. Now, you're looking at the chart on my screen out here. Where do you think the Dow transports are targeting? Exactly. It's trading at 12,582 right now. They're targeting 13,199. Now, that's the one-to-one A to B equals CD. Do you really think they're targeting that level? Stevie would say, nah, probably not. They're likely targeting the 1.272 or the 1.618 expansion. That would be 13,595 or 14,099, give or take out there. Why would I say that? Why would I suggest to you that this is more likely inside the Dow transport? It's going to be more than a one-to-one A to B equals CD. Do I have some kind of super 8-ball or something to be able to share that with you? I could actually. I did get an 8-ball, but it's for a gift. We got our charts out here. This is our magic 8-ball. So why would I say that? Why would I suggest to you, exactly, Mr. Bill is on it. Mr. Bill should do this show. Absolutely. And he's absolutely correct. And that is, if you take a look at the B to C retracement, it is a 43% retracement. A normal Fibonacci retracement is 0.618. And the easiest way to understand the value of a shallow retracement, and so, Mr. Bill, you can use this for short-term time frames, A to B equals CD patterns on the way up, on the way down, every instrument out here. If you just simply either do this physically or imagine it by taking a rubber band and wrapping it as hard as you can all the way around your index finger until basically you've cut off the circulation there, and then you back it off 43% and let that rubber band go. Compare that energy to doing the exact same thing, backing it off 62%, 0.618. Which of the two has more energy? Obviously, the shallower retracement. If you have a shallow retracement below 0.618, odds favor you will do, or the instrument will do, more than a 1-to-1, A to B equals CD to the upside. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archived workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 43. S&P is off 4 points. So if I throw out the name Sparky, if I throw out the name Sparky to you, does that ring any bell? Or how about Cousin Eddie? So those would be the two names out there. Think about yesterday's conversation. Of course, the conversation was just between me and myself, but I was talking about Christmas lights out there. You see, what I didn't share with you is Stevie has a little Clark Griswold inside of him. Now, I had more Clark Griswold when the kids were just little kids out there, but now we're talking grandkids and everything. And I loved putting lights just about everywhere. In fact, I believe from space, they could actually see the house lit up. Now, the reason I bring that up is I had mentioned that what I am seeing down here in South Florida are Christmas lights going up left and right early. I mean, really, we haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving, and some of these folks were putting them up before Halloween out there, which had to confuse the little kids when they're walking around doing their trick-or-treating. I've got a neighbor. I live on the Intercoastal. I'm in a little yacht basin, and just across from me is a neighbor that I think is actually related to Clark Griswold. We both actually have some lights up throughout the year. Just I turn them on. It doesn't look like Christmas, but nice white lights, on a couple of palm trees. It just makes the backyard look nice with, in the evening time, what have you. He's done the same thing, but his lights when they came on yesterday it truly was like a Clark Griswold moment. It was like, whoa, what the heck happened there? And then he's my goodness, are you kidding me? See, the NSA, they don't even like us talking about Christmas lights. It's just bah humbug for them. Too much information. Okay, so, we were talking about the markets, the Dow and so forth yesterday, and I was suggesting that, price, go ahead. Oh, I'm going to post my charts out here. Oh, I got to really multitask. There we go. So let's get the charts posted out here. So there is another possibility with regard to the pullback today if the Dow closes lower, and that's this. Well, we could really be seeing this. This could be the end of a normal retracement. Now, why would Stevie suggest that to you? Mr. Bill, I don't know what the deal is here. I've seen, I think I've told you some really strange things on Monday about a half hour before, around 2:30, no, around maybe around 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30. I normally try to do a segment with Tom on Mondays. And look, I've got very powerful systems here, and I've got two different UPSs that are controlling two different computers out here, and everything shut down. And I've got a big generator that kicks on when we lose electricity. But something is going on here, and it's great. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It is very strange. In any event, back to this chart. This is a chart here for the Dow cash indices. Probably be helpful if I decorated it so that you could clearly see what that is. So let me do that here. See, so the system goes down, and what happens is it retains the charts, but it loses all the patterns on there. And then I'm having to go in and rebuild things. It is just I don't know. It's just, look, I realize that everything in life happens for us, and so I'm going with that everything in life is happening for us. I just wish it wasn't happening to me, if you know what I mean. So back here on this chart. Now, this is a chart for the Dow coming off of the March lows. And all that we're looking at here is we're looking at the retracements, the consecutive retracements, the 2, the 3, or 4 bar retracements. You see, since the March low, what we've seen mostly is 1 to 3 bar retracements before the Dow has an update or becomes a bottom and continues to move higher. Right now, you'll see yesterday was day number 1 of an update. Take a look at the most on Thursday and Friday. And then we had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So it's possible, just something to consider out here, that this is just your normal 2-day knee-jerk reaction. But it doesn't change anything that you and I and Jim were talking about, with regard to his son, which is, hey, wait for price to clear and close above Monday's TD9 count high out there. And if that's the case, well, that could be a signal that the global flow of capital has begun its flow into the U.S. And if that's the case, we should see markets continue to motor on higher, probably beyond the first week of January. And it's the reason why we are so focused on that. But as we take a look at, the Dow Jones transports have given us that signal of wanting to move higher. The New York Stock Exchange would be another indice to be watching. The reason is because the New York Stock Exchange also confirmed a TD 9-count high. Now, that high was the high from Monday, which is priced at 13,985.51. Even though price traded just slightly above that earlier in the day, it's trading below that right now. So that TD 9-count pattern is in effect. But if the New York Stock Exchange today closes above 13,985.51, the New York Stock Exchange will be giving us a bullish breakout message signal. So those are the numbers to really be watching in order to be able to navigate what the charts are communicating to you and I. And right now we just have to be patient and wait for that. So without any other questions that we've got in here, what else? Oh, I know one thing else that I can share. At least so everybody else, if you're not a subscriber, close your ears out here because this is only intended for subscribers out there. And that is that the new market profile, bullish in structure, inside the ES Mini is still in place. You see, what Stevie's using is his advanced Doppler tool out here. An advanced Doppler tool lets us know right now where buyers and sellers are lined up inside the ES Mini. So listen up. Resistance right now is at 36.35. We call it 36.36. And if price can close above that, boy, that would be very bullish. Now, what I don't know is whether or not this profile will take hold. If the market doesn't do much the rest of the day, odds favor that it will take hold. And if it does take hold, then you and I have a new level of support. That support would be between the areas of 35.22 and 35.38, with resistance being 36.35. There are no other profiles that have formed. The ES Mini, the Dow, and the Russell 2000 are trading above the top of their daily and weekly profiles, so those are bullish out there. And the NQ is trading with inside its daily profile. Okay, so we've covered that. What else do we want to look at? I mentioned the New York Stock Exchange, its advanced decline oscillator, well above 50, well above the plus 150. So that is a very bullish signal out here. Spot volatility index trading lower, trading out at 22.24 out here, but that could obviously continue to head lower. No reason not to at this stage of the game. Okay, let's go take a look at metals. Typically, folks want to understand what's going on with gold and silver. What gold did earlier this morning was just a net pullback. Was nothing more than a test of support. That's the beauty of these market profiles. Look at this. Gold has a market profile with support at 1859.80. You know what the low in gold was today? 1860.30. Missed it by that much, as Get Smart used to say. That's 50 cents on a $1,900 item. You got to love those market profiles. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So as gold was pushing lower this morning, we knew where support was on a daily basis. We knew we had trend line support. We knew we had bottom of the box support. And what you like to see in a short-term time frame, such as a 30-minute time frame chart, that's what we're posting up here next. We like to see some type of bottoming signal appear as prices testing a support level on a larger time frame, like the daily time frame. And here we can see that as price was pushing lower, it triggered a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. The system automatically drew that pattern in there. And then by 8:30 this morning, we had the bullish reversal candle that confirmed that Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, as price was pushing higher, it ran into resistance at the highs that occurred at 4 o'clock this morning. That's really the only resistance area that I have out here. And so price is now trading lower. It's inside its 30-minute profile. It's below Stevie's red line. Odds favor a test of 1868.80. Our price closes below 1868.80. Expect the bottom of that daily profile to be tested again. And if you see it close below the bottom of that daily profile, that spells trouble. Now, when I say it spells trouble, what do I mean exactly? Well, trouble from a price standpoint would give you on a daily basis. I've got to pull these charts out here. My apology. I thought I was sitting on them. Are the TD9 breakout areas. So it closed below 1859. We don't know whether it will or it won't. We know that it looks like price is going to try to make another run for those lows out here, whether it's during the day or overnight. But on a daily basis here, 1831.10 is a TD9 breakout level. 1790.80 is another one. And below that, that would be trouble. 1619, even much lower than that possibly. So those are the areas to be watching. Now, let's go see how gold is trading in other currencies. Well, before we do that, let's do that. Let's do that first. Where is it? Right here. Here is how gold is trading in the major currencies. Dow, gold priced in euros, yen, sterling out here. And you can see that gold priced in dollars, it's a rising trend line, holds. Euros hits it this morning and holds. Pounds hits it this morning and holds. Yen, totally different story. Now, there's a number of people, and rightly so, that believe following gold expressed in yen is what gives you a really clear signal. Let me turn off the trend lines. We turn on the trend lines. See how price is broken through the trend line? That rising trend line is below the bottom of its box as well. So to the extent that you're an individual that believe that gold expressed in yen is generating an important signal to us, then know that unlike gold priced in dollars, euros, and pounds, it has broken through its rising trend line out there. And that suggests that gold should head back to, priced in yen, about the 18,600 level. I'm sorry, 186,000 level out there. That would be gold expressed in yen. The other thing to watch for, and we can see this here when we take a look at its horizontal trading range boundary lines. And here we have the chart for gold, and what we have on it are the daily, they're in blue, the weekly, they're in green, and the monthly, they are in red. And these are horizontal trading range levels. And these act as support or resistance. So as you take a look at this, you can see the cluster. Be careful, I did not add a second word, a cluster of support in the 1868 range out there. There's actually another one. The monthly is just below that. That's at about 1862 is what it looks like. So figure 1862, 1868 is a cluster. And if you see price close below that on a weekly basis, I would say, because it's but certainly daily basis. But if you see price beginning to close below this 1868 level, you're going to have the cluster. That's what you're going to run. Now that is suggesting then that from a horizontal trading range standpoint, you would head down to the next cluster, so to speak, and that would put you into the 1750-ish type range out there. So this area that price is trading in has held. But the thing or the question that I posed to you, and I'm not giving you the answer here because I don't have the answer, is gold priced in yen generating an advanced signal for you, for us? And again, I don't know the answer, but what we do know is the numbers don't lie. We can take a look at this. It's very clear for us to see support. We understand how traders across the globe are taking a look at metal out here. And I just suggest that you be muy grande, very big, careful. No, very careful. Very, very careful out there in the metals comp. Just simply have stops in place. If we go take a look at silver, there's really no changes there. It's trading in between trend line, support, and resistance out here. No new profiles that have formed. So in the case of silver, really don't have any clear messages other than just really this sideways move out here. Copper's trying to break out. It's trying to break out above a trend line, a descending trend line. We're still trading the December contract, although March not too far away. It's still bullish that is, with regard to copper. It's above all of its daily profile levels out there, but copper needs to clear this little descending trend line. Platinum has a big breakout going on. So platinum now, it's above its daily profiles. It's above descending trend lines. So in the case of platinum, looks like it's targeting its September highs, September 15th specifically, around the 967 to 990 area. If we take a look at palladium here, palladium, nothing positive, trading below the bottom of its daily profile, so 2392 is a level of resistance. Light sweet crude made its way up to the top of its resistance level, the top of its daily profile, 42.46. The actual high today for the December contract is 42.46. Are you kidding me? How does that work? Now, in the case of light sweet crude, as it was hitting that resistance level, here's a 30-minute time frame chart out here. Well, actually, it had a butterfly cell pattern. That butterfly cell pattern would look like this. Let's see if we can draw it in. I'm not going to hit the marks. Oh, geez, I see what I have to do. Yeah, that's okay. Give me a second here, and we'll go ahead. And I have a trick to be able to do this. I'll color in a moment. Well, if I can get to my, good Lord, what the heck? There we go. And I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to myself out here. I couldn't figure out why the system is doing what it's doing, but it is. So here you're going to see the butterfly cell pattern. So remember, when we're looking at the NQ, we said to ourselves, hey, as support was being hit, we like to see if there's a bottoming signal. Well, as resistance is being hit, we're just flipping this around in the case of light sweet crude, which we know where resistance was. It was the top of that daily profile. Well, guess what? It too formed a butterfly cell pattern when that bear sash candle formed. That was at about, looks like at about 7, 8 o'clock this morning. That is light sweet crude out here. Nothing is broken, even though it's got that topping signal. We can see no key levels of support have been broken out there. I don't have anything else really to add with regard to light sweet. Oh, you know what? That we were looking at December, but it switched over to January. That's a 42.74 was January's top of its box. 42.68 is what it hit, but still the same pattern. The same patterns would be present out there. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Let's finish off by taking a look at natural gas out here. Not looking really good for natural gas. No bottoming signal out here. Looks like natural gas wants to continue to move lower. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 62, S&P down 8. NASDAQ is off 12. Let's go out to New Jersey and speak with Victor. Victor, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Yeah, it's me again. I was just wondering what you think of it, because I kind of want to retire on this stock, and it looks like another doji. Should I sell? Your TD9 count? What are you thinking about this thing? And the short ratio is up today. Does that mean anything? It's going to 100 this stock eventually, but I want to day trade it.
Yeah, it would, but it would. I'd have to look at it, but it would potentially mean that just simply more people, it's more days to cover more people shorting this. So remind me again. You're looking for an entry point.
Well, yeah, I sold it already. It's like backing off.
Yeah, and stay with that trade right now. So here's what we talked about yesterday, and this is what you should be watching. Yeah. Absolutely. So Yesterday was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. And as I mentioned, we never know if it's bar 8, 9, or the bar following 9 that would make the high of that pattern. Well, and that's why I said be patient. Today is going to be the bar following bar number 9. If price closes above today's high, whatever that ends up being, right now that's priced out at 1925, but maybe it trades higher during the day. I don't know. But if you see price trading above 1925 or closing above 1925 tomorrow, that's telling you that there's strong momentum to the upside. Otherwise, what you want to do is you want to wait for a retracement of the pullback. There's such a lack of data out here because it's an IPO that I don't really have great tools right now to be able to tell us where that level of support would be. And so we just have to kind of play it by ear at this stage. So you're in a perfect situation. If you were somebody who wanted to short it, I would say, okay, you can go ahead and short now based on the TD9 count pattern, and you would close out that short if it closed above today's high, whatever that is. And that would be
1925.
Yeah, well, but it could trade higher during the day between now and 4 o'clock. But yes, whatever today's high would be.
You know, some news will be coming out with the Trump administration, so that could affect the whole stock market at any moment.
No, sure it could. But hey, Victor, we're out of time here. Thanks for the call. And keep me posted on this, and best of luck, whatever you decide to do. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear's up next. Tom O'Brien after that. And I'll see you back here on Thirsty Thursday. Have a wonderful Wednesday.